What's up, you guys? How you doing today? So in today's video, we're going to be going over Catwoman as voted on by you guys in the Twitter poll. And I'm going to be completely honest, when I was trying not to do Catwoman, I was like, she's just going to be like all black and there's going to be no color and it's just going to be like just easy. It's going to be blah and like whatever. But the more when I went up researching her, I was like, okay, all right. This is getting interesting. This is getting really this is definitely a lot to Catwoman that I kind of want to go over between appearance and weapons and just all that stuff. So I found a lot of interesting things. Now, based off the pictures that you guys are seeing, there's a lot of different Catwoman looks. And the coolest part about this is she has not always been depicted as just wearing black leather. So some of the black leather that she has on may have some shades of purple to it, some shades of red. There's even some pictures with her having like a Batman look, so she's got the yellow bat belt and all that stuff, which I'm not going to go that deep, but I do appreciate that there were depictions of Catwoman with color. So I wound up going with the purple like claws. I don't know if you guys can see on her feet. Around her mouth, even the back over here, she's got like the purple energy. I like this a lot better. And I'm going to kind of get into some more looks. I know you guys can't really tell, but I have a really dark red on the ears to kind of symbolize the red goggles, or the red bat goggles, the cat goggles, whatever you call them, that she has in some of the pictures, which aren't always red. Sometimes they're purple, which is cool. But we're going to get into this. So the helmet that I used is the Beset helmet right here for the cat ears. This one works too. You could totally go with this helmet if you don't have the Beset helmet. I do like the way this looks. Still gives it the catty cat appearance. And all the other helmets, the only other helmet that I could say would be like, okay, this would also be a really good helmet to use, would be this one, because it's got the little cat ears and stuff. But I don't own this. This is Tenogen. If you're on PC, you gotta buy this with real money. If you're on console, you can use Platinum, fortunately, if you're on console. But it's really just the helmet for this one that I like. So we're gonna go back to the Beset helmet right here for the cat ears. The Jersimi skin is the one that I have on. She doesn't have a tail. In all the depictions of Catwoman, there's no tail. However, the reason why I'm sticking with this is because this is the most, like, I guess, leathery looking costume that we could find for her. And it's the only one where she doesn't have those, like, shackles tied to her arms. Instead, she's got this little, whatever this is, little, I don't know, elbow poker. I don't even know what you'd call that. But this is the reason why we went with this skin instead. As you guys can see, all the other ones kind of have, like, this kind of like, I don't know, the shackles hanging off of them. So it's the only way we could avoid the shackles. And this, I mean, they all look good. They all look good for like a Catwoman look, but this is definitely like the tightest leather look that we can go with. So I went with that. As far as the stance, I went with Messa's Noble Animation stance, because she just kind of has that like hip cock to the side, kind of like relaxed but ready to pounce, comfortable yet sexy look. So that's really why we went with that one. The attachments, we don't have any. The Sayandana, we don't have any. And the regalia, this is going to get interesting. So some of the depictions of Catwoman have it so that she has her cat suit is like zipped down to, I guess, like, you know, where her chest is. And it's showing skin up in this area. So, of course, I found a way to do this. We have a bunch of different options that you guys could use, but basically what we're looking for is something that makes a triangle kind of look. Something like this, right? Now, there are better ones than this, but you guys are getting the example. So now this kind of looks like she's got the suit zipped open, you know, down this way. And I'm going to kind of go over some of the better ones that I found. So this one I feel is good, but you'd obviously want to spin this. So, you know, one of the triangle points is like down here, and then it kind of goes up and makes a triangle like this. Like, obviously, that's what we're trying to do here. You got this, but you do want to spin this around. We've got this one I initially used, but here, let me kick this around. So we'll do, like, one of these, like that, and then this we might want to lower it just a little bit. And it kind of gives it, like, the skin look. By the way, the color that I'm using here is from the Storm color palette, and it's this one right there for that skin look. I'll go back over the rest of her colors when we get to that. But some of the other ones were, let's see, there was a really good one. This one I actually liked a lot. This one I thought looked really good, and I'll kind of show you guys. So if I back out here, you guys can see it from here. It totally gives it that, like, the, like, chest look for Catwoman, and it looks like skin, at least from this angle, and it's great. I think it's absolutely great. I love that we can do that. Just by, like, manipulating some colors and maybe, like, a sigil or something. So, I mean, even this would work. We could just spin this back around like that. And maybe we'll lower it just a little bit. No, it's fine where it is. Okay, so you guys can kind of see, look, she's got, like, it's just, she has that, like, open chest look, you know? But basically, you guys are getting the point. Like, this is really, we can just go with any of these kind of sigils and stuff, and it'll totally just give her, like, that I don't know, like, the skin look on her chest that you guys could see, which I think is pretty awesome. I'm actually really glad that this is something that we were able to pull off in the game. And if anything, just for the sake of this video, you guys can go with the skin look if you want. I'm going to go with the plain Jane look, and we're going to get into her colors now. So all the blacks right here, primary, secondary, tertiary, it's all from the smoke color palette. The darkest black you guys can get right there. The dark red that I used is actually from Classic Saturated. And just so you guys can see where it winds up being there on her. So now you guys can see a little bit more red. I actually really like this look. I think after I'm done with this, I'm just going to go, boop, put that red on right there, and this is going to be my new Catwoman look, even though it's not, because it's not how red she gets. I just really like the way this looks now that I'm seeing it. It looks pretty awesome. Anyway, so I went with this red right there, and as far as the purple goes, it is here from the Twilight color palette. This is the purple that we're using for her feet, and just the energy color that you guys see around her in various places. So going over the weapons that we use for Catwoman. So this is kind of interesting, and I'll tell you why I went with these. So I'm going to go over the weapons really quick. I'm going to read this from the wiki. It says, let's see, during the Silver Age, Catwoman, like most Batman villains, used a variety of themed weapons, vehicles, and equipment, such as custom cat-themed car called the Cat-Ilac. The Cat-Ilac. I like that. And then it goes on to say stuff like, she uses a whip because she wanted to use a weapon a person had to be trained in, so it's less likely an opponent's going to take the whip away from her because you'd have to know how to use it. And then it went on to say that she restrains her victims with rope, binding their hands and feet, and a roll of duct tape to gag her targets. She's done various victims during robberies. Let's see, especially during the TV series, she uses sleeping or knockout darts to subdue victims. Catwoman's attractiveness and feminine wiles have also allowed her to take advantage of male opponents. So that's why we went with the sexy look, the sexy stance she has. Somewhere, I don't know why I missed it, but somewhere in here it read that she used a pistol, or she has like pistols or whatever. So the whole purpose of the HEMA is because I think when I shoot this, it's gonna leave like a residue, or this would be like, I guess, her knockout gas. So I was looking for a weapon that could create gas, and I know that if I use the, oh my god, what are they called? I've been using it in a bunch of other videos. The pox, that's what it is. I know if I use the pox here, that'll definitely create a knockout gas, but then I can't just use pistols on her. So I'm hoping the HEMA makes the gas. Either way, it doesn't matter. You guys can mess around with it however you want. But then the Aklex would be her pistols. The Atarex would obviously be her whip. And, or really, whatever. You have options for whips. You guys can make it whatever you want to do. But that's what I'm using. And then her talons are basically just her cat claws, which, if you notice anyway, she kind of has them. If you kind of look really close, you can see she's got the little spiky fingernails, which, if you've ever seen the old Batman movie, this looks exactly like what she uses when she makes her cat suit. So it really fits. It actually really, really works, and I'm pretty excited about this. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna check out Catwoman really quick. All right, so we got our Catwoman, and let's see if this makes I don't know. It kind of it doesn't really do what I thought it was, like what the pox were gonna do. But it kind of does leave like an explosion that looks a little bit like, you know, gas or something when it hits them. So there we go. That's all right. I don't know. It still works. It's still okay. We'll use the secondary. Let's see. These Aklex. So we got our pistol. Jesus. You know what? I swear to God, I'm going to Forma and I'm going to mess around with the Aklex because It's just the perfect looking pistols for a lot of what we've been doing lately. And I don't know. I appreciate how this would, like, this could work with so many enemies, like Deadpool, Cable, like, just any of these kind of pistols or whatever. There's so many ways you could use them, and I'm totally just gonna formula the crap out of these things and make them good, because every time I shoot, I got such a kickback. Like, look at this. Like, it just pops up, and I'm like, I don't know why it's gotta be like that. But we're gonna fix it. We're gonna mod it, we're gonna form it, and we're gonna make the Aklex great again. So here we go. Now we got a whip weapon. That's so Catwoman. Oh, that is so Catwoman. Yes! That is really good. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, cool. So we're gonna find some enemies to whip it good. And then I'm gonna get into her abilities, which, really, there's not really much to go over with Valkyria here, or for Catwoman to use her abilities. So there we go. Yeah, you've been whipped. You've been whipped. How's it feel? You've just been a part of the newest BDSM movie. All right, check this out. You like that, son? You like that? Ooh, I split him in half. I split him in half. That is awesome. Heck yeah. And Catwoman is vicious. Okay, so here we go. We got her first ability, which I guess could kind of be like a whip move, which is cool, if you're using it to pull people over. Otherwise, you can maybe, like, whip things and swing and stuff, so that'll totally work with her first ability. Her second ability is her war cry. Now, all this is doing is, it's just making me having me give more damage. Paralysis. I actually don't remember what these do. Let's look them up really quick. I don't remember what to say they do. Valkyrie lets out a rallying cry that boosts his allies' melee speed while slowing down enemies. That's Warcry. Paralysis, her third ability, unleashes her shield, stunning damage and enemies around her. So she's stunning things around her. Let's do that again. Did you get stunned? Yeah. Oh, he's like, what happened? What's going on, man? So her final ability here, you're invincible like this, just in case you guys don't know. Your biggest nightmare in this mode are really just a very few amount of enemies. One being Eximus enemies that are going to drain your energy a lot faster. And then the other thing would be like nullifiers, that when the moment you step inside of them, you're not all of a sudden invincible anymore. So your two biggest nightmares are those two, Eximuses and nullifiers. Other than that, you're basically invincible. As long as you can kill things fast enough to collect energy and keep it up, you're basically infinitely invincible. So that, for the most part, wraps up Valkyrie and Catwoman. And this was a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm glad that this wound up being a little bit more complicated, because I thought it was just going to be as easy as just make everything black and she's just a cat. She has no weapons. It's just the whip. You know, like, just all the... Definitely thought this would be a lot easier to do, which I was bummed about, but I'm glad it was a little bit more... I'm glad there was more to it, is all I'm saying. So this doesn't count as a nullifier, because it's just an ice thing, but he is an Eximus, so he is draining my energy a little bit faster than normal. Or at least I thought he was. It looked like nothing changed there. Maybe there's another Eximus around. I don't know. Or maybe this is just the speed and stuff goes. I don't know. I'm not a spider. I don't have like 8 eyeballs or whatever to be like having my eyes glued to every different thing on the screen. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Catwoman and how kick-ass she is. And I definitely really like this look, and I want to keep it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Love your faces. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you guys have an amazing night, day, whatever time it is, and I will see you guys in the next one.